Let's get back to the matter at hand, which is the third game of the day. It is the upper bracket final. Just a reminder for you, if you're just joining us at home, you've missed some great action today, some very interesting action from the two Australian teams in particular, who've taken each other's map off each other and can't seem to win a second round to save their lives, basically. There was no one reading the script in the last game, though, because Byrne actually did manage to overturn that curse and win the second round for the first time in the entire match. As you can see, the players are returned back to their desks and are getting ready, just last-minute huddles and exchanges of words before they head into this game. And as I said, a reminder for you at home, this is it. It is the final game, the final map of the upper bracket. The winner guaranteed to grab themselves a spot, not only in the grand final here for a chance at $30,000 first place, but also, more importantly to them, a place guaranteed in the offline final qualifier, which will take place right here in Bucharest, of course, and then a shot at getting in to the major proper itself, one of the top 16 teams in the world, to join the 8 legendary teams left over from the E-League champions, of course, earlier on this season. Thank you very much to both of our experts. We'll hear more from them after this particular game as we head into our final matchup. Which way is it going to go? Immunity or Renegades? Let's find out as we head back to the commentary team.
That is the question, isn't it? Which of these two teams is going to be able to get themselves... Okay, brilliant. Why not? Which of these two teams is going to be able to qualify, and which team is going to have one more crack at it in the lower brackets? They will be facing off against the Chinese team. We're not too sure on how that's going to go down. That will be tomorrow's proceedings. Number 3 best of 3s will be coming at you tomorrow, but it's all about the here and now, as I see some of the players are jumping to their demise. So it's going to be
all drinking the Kool-Aid together, I guess.
Yep. We live together, we die together.
Indeed. And again, just to refresh you on Mirage for both these teams, a little bit of context. I mean, for Renegades, pretty good results in the online scene of the Americas. I think they have a 6-3 record on the map as of 5. Immunity, kind of mixed results on Mirage, to be quite fair. And again, you got to think about the limited amount of play with Wizard. Offline, though, Renegades has yet to win it. They played it 3 times, yet to find the victory. So they will chase after that here. Now they're trying to get that guaranteed slot to the major qualifier, as they've lost it twice at this tournament, to be fair. To Signature, actually, that was like the big upset loss, was the Signature loss to Mirage. And then, of course, they lost it to Tai Lu as well in the opening map of that series, though they did recover quite well afterwards. So we will have to see what they are capable of in these tense moments.
So quick browse across the two teams. Doesn't really get us too excited. Fairly standard stuff. Bomb dropped already around the second mid towards T-spawn side. So there's going to be no early shenanigans by Immunity, no rushes through B-apps, nothing like that. And as a result, Nifty's going to go looking for something. He's going to try and force the issue, pushing the envelope up mid. He is going to greet 2 terrorists that will be laid in wait. Can he get either of these? There's the first one. He's going to get peeked instantly afterwards from Gratisfaction. Wasn't expecting a second player to be there. And he also didn't see the bomb. It was in the alcove.
He was worried about underpass flank, right? Like that's the immediate reaction you're going to have when you get a kill top mid. Is someone going to try to trade me from underpass? And so that's what he was looking for. Gets blindsided by the second player top middle. And so we're even at 4, and it's just, you know, typical stuff here for Immunity right now, just kind of in a holding pattern all across the map, playing pretty passive, waiting to see if anyone else is looking to do something gimmicky. But they will begin to gather up now towards middle and try to work their way up catwalk. A smoke down the block vision from A-Site to see this cat cross, and so it's going to be the 2 players, Nexa and the player in market, to see if they can hold this off.
And Nexa's caught in 2 minds. Does he look up or he look down? It doesn't really matter because he's going to land the headshot. Instantly dropping the bomb out and a second one to boot. Looking for a third. Isn't going to get it. Moe too fast with the Glock. But with the bomb being dropped down now, Cast has to make the very long journey all the way around through window. And he's about to get finished off, you'd have to feel, from Astillo. In the meanwhile, though, Moe's doing one hell of a job with the USP of his own. He's going to pick up 2 kills. Now it's pretty much the next bullet could finish this one off. And it's going to be Moe picking up a 4K. Astillo snakes his way through Kitchen into a death, and Immunity have picked up the round. And after Nexa went on that killing spree on the site, it looked like that round was over.
Yeah, I mean, he did his job. I mean, he did about the best you could hope for. And with those extra kills, he's actually going to pick up the UMP. And so they're going to force buy very heavily into this, as he actually passes the UMP over to the head armor player as he only had half armor, so he'll take the CZ. I guess that's the logic behind it there. So we are going to see Renegades looking to put pressure on middle. 2 players playing up close on connector. We also have an underpass, or excuse me, catwalk push taking place here from Renegades. Again, very passive play from Immunity here on the T side, anticipating aggression. Waiting to see if they can get something for free.
As you highlighted, very slow round. Immunity effectively just perching up towards the T-spawn mid-side and hoping that Renegades go for some kind of aggression like we saw from Nifty in the first round, the pistol. Nothing forthcoming. They have so many nades to play with as they've substituted down to the UMP opposed to AK-47 presence. Double stacking connector with a 5-7 and CZ, and both of them going to rattle off for now. This trifecta of doom in middle, which has been established so well, is going to reap all the kills, and Renegades have done it. They only lose 2 players, and Immunity have just been battered and bruised. Unbelievable.
What do you know, man? What do you know? It continues. Have we seen a 3-0 streak from an Australian team? Does that even exist?
I'm trying to recollect. I can't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah, doesn't seem like it. My memory's a little bit shot, to be fair, so don't hold me to that comment, but it's definitely been a lot of scrappy starts to some of these games for the Australian teams, or I should say majority Australian team. Let's give credit over to Mongolia with Aircast, as well as, of course, Serbia for Nexa, America for Nifty. Can't forget that, obviously, as we are going to see a heavy execute on the A side from Unity, but JKS playing up close on balcony could be a huge snake in the grass type situation. That'll certainly help things along, though.
Good night, Estillo. Thanks for coming.
Free haircuts over here from Immunity.
Flashbang up and over. JKS is not going to be able to yield anything from that. Nifty CT boxes. Neither of them had their eyes on Palace, and without anyone on stairs as a result of Burn Are You OK's frag, they have to be cognizant of that fact. Now you're going to have another player coming through on the window side. JKS, oh no, how does he get traded out? It was a Deagle versus a UMP. And Nifty gets the kill, but it's too late. With smokes landing both on jungle and CT boxes, this is probably going to be a plant. You'd have to feel. Bomb going down right now as is trying to spray up through the smoke alongside Nifty. Won't be getting anything done. Long range UMP tapping finally gets his man of Moe. And now Renegades coming back in through the CT boxes. 2-pronged retake. Satisfaction now all alone as Wizard is going to get spotted, and Nifty connects the headshot with the M4. So it was looking shoddy, but Renegades just about claw it back and get the defuse.
Yeah, so the bomb plant will come in, so they'll give him a little bit of extra spending power going forward, but trying to force buy again, I don't know if that's really what you want. Probably just going to take a full save here, make sure they get a nice, clean full buy in the next round. Of course, throwing around a few deagles, not a bad idea, not that much of a cash investment, and of course, if you had a couple of nice 1-deags, you never know what might happen, and they'll have 4 of them to try their luck. We did see them win around on train off the back of having a 4-deco round, so let's throw that out there.
Nifty playing with fire if he goes out, re-peaking that, and Burn Are UK will be the one to melt him out of this one. It's always the issue with the M4A4 is not a one-hit headshot unless there's no armor.
What the heck is this?
What is happening? They're peeking 1 by 1 against Eagles, and they're being punished. And they're still peeking out. They're not learning from the mistakes.
Well, now there's no choice. Like, you got to make a play, I guess. And they do get the bomb down in an ideal spot. Okay. Maybe there's some hope to reel this one back in, but so much damage has been done. Okay, here we go. Piecing it back together little by little.
Still quite a long way
to go.
No. And now Moe.
Oh, he blew it!
That is a huge whiff. That is a brutal whiff. A 1v1 now. Urcast has the bomb, and he's darted to the site. He's going to be faking this one, trying to draw Azza out into the open. It's going to be aim punch, but he's able to get the kill, and Renegades have let this one slip. How is it possible they lost against 4 Deagles And what, a P250, I think?
Yeah, I mean, the mid pick comes in on window room. That's a tough one. It's a really nice shot from him. I think that was Bernard UK who got that one. But this one was kind of the crazy. There it is. So there's a Bernard UK headshot at middle. I think he had 2 1-digs at middle, actually. So he was pretty big in that. I think the scariest one was when Aircast just comes out of Palace, and I think he caught one of the CTs with like a nade out or looking to turn around to go towards CT spawn. So we kind of caught someone rotating in awkward space. And now we're back up square, 2-all. We're going to see standard mid control here from Immunity with really no A presence on it. So that's like the one difference between like a 1-3-1 and what you see here is a lot more passive towards A side, maybe anticipating aggression. There is a force right back up from Renegades, so it's, again, that economic game of chicken, the scrappy start that can come from losing anti-ecos or punching through force buys, however you want to shake it.
Only 3 flashes remain for Renegades, with over a minute to try and stop the bomb from moving onto the sites. It's a tough ask. As a result, they're going to take as much ground as they can. Azza, while flashbanged, will thread the needle and take out Burn. Cast dances back, meanwhile, elsewhere on the map. 2 Mollers have gone down into Van. Overkill. No one was home anyway. Nexa is going to be peering up there. As Gratisfaction's going to get caught from 2 different angles, and once again it's Nexa that comes in with the UMP spray. JKS on the overwatch with the AWP. Moe playing it smart, trying to shoulder peek as best as he can, darting across to the other side. I draw out the fire, but he still doesn't have the bomb, and that's the key part. The flashbangs through, that's not going to do enough to deter Astillo. Who knows, he's gone into ladder room. Going to be coming around with the UMP and Renegades. They have picked up round 5. Immunity, I'll be shaking their heads.
They could just buy 4 Deagles again, though.
If all else fails, 4 Deeks, you're good to go.
Good to go.
Pause has been called.
Looks like we will see a Tech 9 helmet armor on Wizard, as well as a smoke grenade being purchased. There is Burn. Are you okay with the Deagle in the armor? He obviously had a couple of nasty ones at middle just a couple of rounds ago to punch one through for Immunity. So he'll try his luck at it again. In the meantime, still waiting to see who else is going to take purchases. Renegade's actually going to take a tactical timeout here, probably because Kassad's sick of seeing it go back and forth. He's like, all right, look, like we need to lock this up, get control of this, and, you know, maintain our lead, extend it, and not allow a force buy to kill us once more, as it even has an AK behind it on an Aircast. A lot of utility as well. A couple of Tech 9s sprinkled out. And so we'll see what Immunity wants to do here. Looks like they are going to be opening up fairly default, just the 1-3-1.
Deagle in the hands of Burn. Are you okay? Plus Moe. He saw what those two were capable of doing last time around. It's Sendry down into underpass. Will force away the player who was in there. Nifty in the meanwhile, using the smoke. There's a slight gap in it. Not able to peer onto anybody. Vision eagle-eyeing up mid. Been a lot of near confrontations, but just out of a matter of timing, nothing's really came to fruition or stuck.
Every time Nifty peeked one side of the box, Mo was on the other side of the box. And they just kept going back and forth like that. Kind of crazy.
Now that the incendiary has cleared. And it's going to be Urcast coming through on Palace, taking down JKS. Azza is going to try and force something out of nothing through short, and is able to get 1 kill there. It looked like Burn UK would have the drop on him, but of course, they just have a Deagle. Astillo's waiting. Does have some backup as well on the jungle side. Smoke going to go in, try and dart around that flashbang too. And now the bomb's coming up as well. All 3 Immunity members about to push. There is a slight gap in the smoke though. But still gets the kill. Nexa shifts his aim and lands 2 headshots. And now Gratisfaction's just going to hold down on the site and get the plant. He has a bit of Kevlar. Can he get the double spray down? There's the first. Nifty's exceptionally low. He only has 8 health remaining. It's going to have to be a flick shot you have to feel if he's going to clutch this one. Although he has a flash, he's going to have to make the cross. And he still lands the shot. That's such intelligent play to read that Gratisfaction would be up on toll booth peeking him. Renegades have pulled it off for Nifty. from strength to strength. This guy is a real talent.
It's almost like Dithty was saying to himself, what's the one place that he could absolutely wreck me from in this situation? Let me pre-aim that one spot. He gets the kill. So just a methodical play out there from Nifty. Got a little bit scared, though. He felt like they should have closed down that 2v1 a little bit more convincingly. But the reward is that Immunity are on even less of a force buy now. And it's more of one of those buys where they don't invest too much into it. Like, they know they're still going to be able to get a full buy next round, but this is just, hey, let's give ourselves a chance to pose a threat, maybe give ourselves a chance to get that bomb plant, get that extra cash. And you can see that they're going to try to close the distance as fast as possible in B apartments. It's a great place for Tech9s to go to work, is to try to just get out here, get close range fights, and here it comes.
Here is the push, as you highlighted, with Tech9's. From JKS's perspective, all you can hear is the action in the distance on the horizon, which will see Immunity with a bomb plant, post-plant scenario with only a couple Tech9s and an AWP to play with. It's not much, but we've seen them pull it off with less. Wizard on Van. Gratisfaction using the Tech9 up close and personal on the site. Cast on short with the AWP. Still has an incendiary. That could be a key part of the puzzle going through to the later stages of this round. Asa, though, alongside JKS, going to try and force their way back on, and Urcast is burning alive. He comes out into the M4A4 spray. It's going to be a close one, but they are going to have the defuse. Renegades pick up another round.
And survive with 3, not too bad, but the bomb plant comes in, Immunity has a lot of money. And now I wonder how they want to approach this. I mean, they have some very fast, you know, like 1-4 splits and some set pieces on the A bomb site they can run with all this utility, but they also love to run default a heck of a lot. They're also one of the teams that actually loves to use 2 players A on default, which I know some teams like Astralis and FaZe like to do that as well. So you could see that happen as well, just go into a default, but have that little bit of extra presence towards the A side of the map. But it looks like they want to elect to go for a 1-4 split on A. Kind of one of the other things we were talking about that they have in the playbook. They're just going to have Moe, their normal lurker, playing over here towards middle, throwing attention. But the real focus will be actually a heavy waterfall out of Palace. See this on Ecos a lot, but not on full gun rounds.
Has been successful right off the bat with Urcast landing a headshot, but since then it's been all Renegades, Nifty and Nestillo, and Azza all coming up clutch. Burn, are you okay? 4 health. Gratisfaction with the peak. Preemptively going for a tap through the smoke on jungle, anticipating that someone would try and retort onto him to get the avenging kill. The bomb dropped on the site, not planted.
Azza also obviously in a flanking position here, but he's being patient about it. They have a man advantage. There's no need to force his way around, give them a free kill on someone who might be looking for this. Just force them to make the play the retake. There's plenty of kits. They have plenty of incendiaries as well. Like if they go for the plant, you can get them off of it. And also with no smoke from Immunity, it's so hard to plant because these wide choke points the CTs have to peek you from make it very scary to feel like, you know, you don't really feel safe trying to plant a lot of the time, but they do get it down.
Yeah, it's a dual-purpose position from Azza because they're playing very passive at the back of the site, and CT just outside of window, that they wanted to make sure they couldn't just rotate back towards the B. They wanted to make sure it was going to be an A retake. Now there's 2 incendiaries for Renegades. Surely they just outright take this round. It's going to be hard to see how Gratisfaction and Burn UK can pull this off, but they're both going to get themselves kills. And now Nifty, you see almost stabbing the box in frustration. They're going to go for the full defuse.
God.
No, you have to stop this, guys. He's going to get the full defuse if you're not careful. It was incredibly close. But Burn, are you okay? Has taken it for Immunity. That must have been a matter of milliseconds.
Oh, it had to have been close. We didn't see it from his perspective, but it certainly looked scary when you were seeing bullets rail off, but the frag not happening just yet. Man, oh man, you thought Renegades were finally getting control of the game there. They had a great retake scenario there with the man advantage, the utility at their disposal, plenty of kits to have time to work it out, but still they can't get the job done. The flake from Azza doesn't really pan out, and now they're forced to save right away, despite the fact they've been able to get a few rounds in a row. It just shows you how close some of these rounds have really been. It's taken a lot of resources for Renegades to find the rounds they did, and now the repercussions are first loss, immediate, essential full save. I mean, some pistols, yeah, but no armor. No kits, no utility. Immunity looking to come heavy-handed at B.
Surprise, surprise. The pistols draw the first blood in this round. It's unlikely to get anything else, though, because although they get a straggler out in mid, the bulk of the aggression was already on B. Very centralized. Bomb planted. With so many USPs, you definitely fancy them to stick around and try and get some kills. There's no point pulling back at this stage.
Yeah, not really that much to save here.
Satisfaction could have had the stats a little bit more. 5-7 comes in for a kill. Still has brought this back down to a 2-on-1 as he actually picked up the AWP from Moe. But at that point, I think he was too committed and couldn't really afford to back away.
Right.
Which is why he went all in. 5-4, Renegades still maintain the lead, but it has been cut down to size.
And with that AWP going over the Nifty to allow him to buy armor, as well as have an AWP in play where otherwise we probably would have had to have bought a rifle. So that gives him more. Again, Nifty, he's very mobile with the AWP. Like we've seen in other maps, he can be apartments, he can be middle, he can, pushy palace, play from connector. He has the whole lot. This time around, he's looking to play against middle. He might spot one top there. He actually tries to hang around this Molotov a little bit longer to see if he can get the kill. Doesn't quite do it. And we're going to see another heavy Palace push from Unity. They've had so much luck from this, and particularly Aircats has gotten so many entries off of Palace. Will he do it again? No, JK's in a great position to shut it down.
Alongside is still our Wizard, though. He's going to try and carve a path outside of Palace. The last remaining 2 terrorists are here. But JKS from the firebox is going to dispatch of 1 and a second. Too many angles for Moe to watch out for. I think he was looking towards jungle, then triple box. JKS strikes cleanly, 6-4.
Yeah, JKS always been considered a pretty solid side anchor on CT side. He plays A for this team. He holds that off quite well. They have mishandled Palace pushes a lot this game, but that time around they handled it good because they have a player up close A ramp, and JKS playing from kind of an awkward angle as you come out Palace. So the forward presence from Renegades shuts down the A play. A little bit of an adjustment, nets them around, and gets them back into a situation where they're up against a fairly low buy from Immunity. And once again, they'll try their luck at B apartments pushes. They've had luck getting bomb plants on force buys from here.
Nexer again, back at the site. And it's just Tech9's running at him. Finally goes down to the hands of Gratifaction's Tech9. Urcast as well. Are they really going to bring this into a close confrontation? Not looking likely now that Az has decided to strike for his second kill. Urcast doesn't have control over the bomb. And so his days are also numbered. Can't afford to back away and try and make something happen on A. And there we have it. JKS puts the final nail in the coffin of round 11. Renegades maintain 3 players.
So there we have it. Renegades starting to get some grasp of this first half. It was quite back and forth with the scrappy economy situation, but now we've had Renegades be able to pop off a few rounds here. As they're now up 7-4. So they've essentially won 5 out of the last 7 rounds, I believe. But we're back to a full buy from Immunity. They are going pretty heavy towards A side here. They do have a couple of players towards middle via underpass and top middle, including the bomb carrier. Nifty going to get aggressive this time at middle. Going to catch a player just switching to his rifle. So again, Nifty changing up his spots will net him the opening kill.
Yep, that smoke designed to stop anyone pushing him from underpass if there's someone there. He can maintain his vision up on mid. Urcast, though, is going to push himself straight out of ramp as a direct retaliation to his teammate falling in mid. He was joined by a player in Palace that's been silenced momentarily. Urcast looking for a second one, gets it onto Nifty. This is where JK should strike, and indeed he does. Swift justice for Urcast. Wizard up in B-Apps has time to burn, but he doesn't have the bomb. He'd love to at this stage. It would be a free plant.
Yep.
And it's quite a distance away from him, so he's going to try and get around the back of the CTs and hope that they are caught napping.
I'm not sure where Wizard... He usually lurks B on default, so I'm not sure where he was this round. I'm kind of surprised he didn't have the bomb in his possession, given where the bomb's dropped at.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a misread.
Maybe he dropped it behind for someone else. That other person died, and he was already pushed pretty up deep on balcony, so backpedaling to grab it. I'm not sure. I kind of missed that part. But either way, it's going to be Renegades taking it 8-4. So they will be working towards a 3-round streak now. And so, yeah, again, starting to get some control of the situation here on Mirage. Again, on the line, that guaranteed spot to the major qualifier. As we will have a bit of a pause here. You imagine it's tactical from the immunity side of things. It's from Renegades. All right.
Maybe just wanting to make sure they don't get complacent.
Also, they have had their issues handling force buy situations, and you know that Wizard has saved something here. Maybe a little bit of money to go around as they're, you know, on a 3-round loss, so there's a little bit of money there to work with. Probably not going to see him buy too much here, though. I mean, you could maybe afford an upgraded pistol, no armor here and there. Try to play around that AK armor. Do something gimmicky. There's the Deagle from Burn. He's been pretty successful with it. So maybe this is more of Kasai just trying to rally the troops, get them focused, make sure they understand what they're up against. Hey, we've fallen prey to this before. Let's calm down. Let's make sure we play things right, play it smart. Don't give them opportunities they shouldn't have, that type of thing.
And this time Nifty's not going to be peeking mid, which he's done a hell of a lot. He is very much a versatile AWP and an aggressive one, so he's going to peek into Biaps and will spot himself an arm peeking around the corner, not even landing on that. Uncharacteristic miss. Not going to cost him a great deal, though. Moe's dropped down to 48. And now Immunity thinks, screw this, we know Nifty's there. Let's just get the hell out of Dodge and go join the rest of our brothers over on the A side of the map. As
well as one connector who could sneak in here and cause a little bit of a disturbance, so they'll have a lot of focus. But JKS holding that close angle balcony can be tricky. Deal with does catch one, is able to drop down next to there to bail him out of getting chased down by the A ramp push. He's just going to go to work, lining them up. That's a complete shutdown. Could be a flawless victory, and it will be. So it's 9-4 to Renegades, plus they hold on to all their weapons.
Another buy is going to be coming straight out of Immunity, though. Wizard has to go settle for Tech 9 as a result of saving the AK and losing out on his round loss. The rest of the players don't have full utility. You have to feel here, though, Dust, that Immunity needs minimum of 5 rounds, I would say. So they need one of these next 2.
I mean, they have some set pieces on there they haven't ran yet, so maybe a little bit more complex of an execute could be up on the docket. I see a couple of players towards B apartments. I don't know if they're trying to throw some type of fake here at B and then re-hit on A and come through underpass. Maybe they just want to do an A split and make sure they can get to connector without being spotted top middle. Oh. But Nifty changes positions again. Aggressive at Palace this time. Takes down Gratisfaction.
I know he's hating it because over the last few rounds, Nifty's been mid, then B-Apps, and now Palace.
Yep.
All across the map. And before that, of course, he actually pushed mid up aggressively with the AWP and got himself a kill. So he is being a real nuisance for Immunity. They don't really know what to expect coming through into these next few rounds. And of course, that is one of their key players that has been playing pretty solidly today that's now off the table.
Seems like B splits now what they're looking for is they do have Aircast taking the bomb up towards top mid with Burn. They have a couple players towards B apartments. They do have the smoke they can throw on connector side, or A side of connector to make sure no one A can spot them coming up. Cat.
As with one, this may have a second chance too. Indeed, he shall. Bombs also dropped out to make matters even worse for Immunity. Not too much time to reclaim the prize of the bomb. Wizard, he is the AWP round rattle past his ears. He knows that he is not long for this world if he re-peaks. It's going to be Nifty, the player to face off against him, who doesn't even want any part of this. Down goes Wizard. Moe, 1 on 4, not much time to play with. And he is making a move and will get found wanting. Ustillo puts him out of his misery. Immunity, the very real possibility of only picking up 4 rounds on this half.
I mean, their initial plan just got destroyed by Nifty's aggressive peek and Palace. They tried to call an audible and float over to a B split, but Asa was just there standing, waiting, winning all the duels, so they couldn't even get that off as well. And so Renegades, they're really getting off to a fantastic job now. They've won the last 5 in a row, the last 8 out of 10. So after that, you know, kind of back and forth affair at the beginning of the half, it's really been all Renegades for the most part. And so Immunity running out of time to get something going here. They feel like you need this last round as they will again look for something heavy towards the B side.
Is there going to be further torment and suffering for Immunity on another B play? Nexa hopes so. As he dispatches alongside Azri, he's actually burning alive. He has to come back into the open, picks up 2 kills beforehand, but solid entry work by Urcast. Immunity still find themselves trailing by a player, but at least they've got the bomb on the B site. Yet to be planted. Not going to take any unnecessary risks for JKS. landing the headshot on Urkas could have just put this round to rest. Burn, are you okay? Will desperately plant the bomb, looking to flash his way off the site. Up shot rattles past. His position now very much compromised. They know he's around the bench side. He may just try and come out lights out with the UMP, and it's going to be Yasilo that will destroy him with the headshot. 11-4 will be the halftime score, and Renegades in such a comfortable position.
Yeah, they really adjusted well and collected themselves after the back and forth start. So well done. Good frag distribution as well for Renegades there. Top at 16, bottom at 10. Everyone positive, so, you know, great production from the whole unit. Over on the immunity side, I mean, other than Aircast getting a lot of good entries across the map and, like, Burns' antics with the Deagle, there just wasn't a whole lot there on their T side. In fact, I mean, did they even really win a straight-up gun round? It feels like not. It feels like all their wins were, like, you know, winning pistol, some of the 4 spies that came through, like the 4 Deagle round. So there just wasn't a whole lot there once they had full economy on each side.
Yeah, watching this map doesn't really seem like Immunity have got a great deal out of it. And of course, the momentum was in their favor after taking Nuke in such fine form. The choice of Renegades, but Renegades have stood up, shifted into a different gear, and are looking to secure their position at the major qualifiers. Of course, the winner of this map will go straight through there, and then have also the chance of playing for $30,000 and bragging rights. Moe in balcony is going to take down JKS in midair. It could be enough to secure them the pistol round as Burn, are you okay? He's up on the jump. He's going to land himself 2 kills, no more from this confrontation. Still a lot of time to play with, and a bomb under control from the terrorist. Cast and Wizard have it all to do. Bomb getting planted. Az is trying to keep them busy, while Nifty can turn tail and run back into a better position, and now it's looking ominous for the CTs. Urcast and 52 health remain, not for too much longer. Renegades one giant leap towards victory.
And that was really dicey because Immunity was putting up some good stuff over at B. I mean, they were in great positions. They were definitely trading pretty well. It was tough on Renegades, but as it comes through with a quad kill, puts them up to 20 frags. So well done by that man, as it's now 12-4, and Renegades again calling a tactical timeout, maybe just letting Immunity stew on that a little bit. And again, they have lost against 4 spies several times, so it may again just be, okay, let's not give up the lead that we have here. Let's not give any breathing room to Immunity. Let's not fall prey to something silly. There's been a lot of that. I don't know that we've seen really many 3-0 starts from Australian teams. So that might be the reason why you see the timeout coming in.
And if they're available, use them. A scout picked up for Nifty. One of the first times in recollection that they've gone for this after winning the pistol. I think a lot of that is because he's able to have a fairly quick peek through mid. No one home just yet for the counter-terrorists. Just P250s and a Deagle. So they're playing for the longer haul and not going to be desperately rummaging together any buys just yet.
Yeah, so Immunity actually didn't buy too much into this. It wasn't, you know, the same type of 4 spies you saw in the first half. They've actually taken a pretty conservative approach here, so making sure they can get full buys as soon as possible, as Az is going to be throwing a smoke onto window from B apartments to help his team get safer mid-control as they try to come up catwalk with that bomb. They can also quickly hop off and run connector as well if they don't like what they see at the B-bomb site. There is a stack here from Immunity, including a player on that ever so tricky box inside that sometimes does not get checked.
Burn, are you okay? Was here earlier though, so I can't help but feel that they will check this position, especially when they see a whole bunch of CTs laid in wait. And there we have it. JKS will silence him, all on Moe, who's with a P250 in kitchen. And he is going to be greeted by an incendiary Molotov thrown into the kitchen side. Gonna have to wait for that smoke to clear. Renegades will be moving on to a 13-4 lead. And it's been an odd best of 3, Dust. I mean, all 3 maps have been pretty damn one-sided, just back and forth.
Yeah, that's definitely the case. The first map was 16-5 on Train in favor of Renegades, and then it was 16-5 Immunity on Nuke. And this very well could be 16-5 for Renegades again, depending on how the rest of this plays out.
Probably Moe's only chance of getting kills now has gone. And Azza, a 2-for-1. Why not? Takes out JKS.
There you have it. The worst kind of 2-for-1. There's been a lot of team killing and cratering and kind of weird antics in this series, to be fair. Kept things at least a little bit entertaining. Have a chuckle or two as we continue on with Renegades up 13-4. Immunity. Again, low buy situation here. Another pause. As we do watch Azza go to work here with the UMP. Showing you how they were able to cleanly put a stop to that stack on the B-bomb site for Immunity. As well as the clean, crisp lock right there from Azza onto his teammate.
I mean, to be fair to Azza, JKS did just run right in front of him. Like, Azza was tapping there for a while. JKS, I'm helping. No, you got your brain splattered, mate. Out my way. So there was a brief pause, but it looks like we're getting back underway again. Immunity, I mean, this is last chance saloon now. This is do or die territory into the next round. They're going to have a rifle. In round 19, likely at a 14-4 scoreline. So if they don't win that, it's pretty much done and dusted. We'll be moving on to lower brackets tomorrow, with Immunity taking part there. They're still out straight through with the UMP double spray. This is where Moe wishes he had a P250 or just anything else than a USP. He didn't get checked, but just the severe weakness of that gun against armor showed itself once again. Now Urcast, who does have a P250, is up against 5 terrorists. There's one. 4 more to go. Good luck to you, sir. Not going to happen.
Yeah, so again, Immunity elected to not do any type of heavy armored force buys. They wanted to make sure they got the best buy possible in this round. Maybe even double AWP is on the horizon. So Gratis hasn't bought. He's a normal opper. Moe is usually the secondary. He's already bought his, so you would imagine it is going to be double AWP. That's the reason why they took the 2 conservative buys after losing pistol. There it is. So definitely a map where it can be effective. You know, usually one towards A or middle and then another at B. That's how you usually see it play out. As it is going to be mid-control here from Ustillo and Renegades, but Burn playing aggressively off the catwalk will find the first frag. Azza looking to respond at the A side.
Still did inflict a fair amount of damage, though, to both Wizard and Burn. Are you okay? Well, he's going to miss on that shot. I think he was... that's one of those moments where people are going to be shouting back and stuff, but it's one of those positions where if you get flashed, I mean, you're obviously going to tap there. Bomb has been planted. Immunity with the full-on buy for what could be the last time they get anything remotely this good in this best of 3. JKS is just threading headshots left, right, and center. It's closer. And I'm sure Immunity felt like they had a chance earlier on in this round, but Satisfaction and Urcast only have 1 Kevlar between the 2 of them, no nades and just 1 kit. And now it's all on Urcast, who's going to get sideswept away by JKS. Renegades with 11 match points, 11 qualification points, if you will. And Immunity are going to have very little to contest against them.
Yeah, it's just Renegades running one of their 1-4 splits. Again, they love to play aggressive on this map and do those types of things. Their mid lurk got shut down right away, but the main attacking force handled things efficiently, particularly JKS there in the post-plant scenario, finding a couple of key frags. He'll join the 20s next to Azza now. Again, very good frag distribution for Renegades. And this is Immunity's last chance, at least in the upper bracket final. I mean, again, the lower bracket's still waiting for them tomorrow if they lose here. But, again, on the line in this moment is a guaranteed slot for the major qualifier and, of course, into the grand finals of this tournament for that extra prize money. So we are seeing a pretty heavy lean from Renegades over towards mid and B. So, again, similar, like, fast split setup it looks like, though they are held up by that smoke in apartments for now. Another one will ring in. There's going to be a little bit of a gap there that Nifty might be able to play around with, but he decides to back down. Hello? All right.
Get out my way.
This comes back up anyway, by the way. Doesn't even go down underpass.
That's one of those tilting moments in matchmaking.
I guess just like a chest bump, you know? Pre-celebration chest bump in game. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, we'll play it off like that's what they meant to do.
Yeah.
Definitely the chest bump.
Definitely.
Definitely not an awkward little confrontation. But Grellis faction, is this the start of something truly memorable for Immunity? They have a lackluster buy, but plenty of weapons to make something happen. Enough utility with 30 seconds left to stop a plant for quite a while as well. Nexus straight through though, and no one's helping him out. He's looking towards the B-app side, maybe lapse of communication, maybe the heads have already gone. But quite literally going as Astillo and JKS are landing headshots themselves. Astillo comes in, and that's going to be it. 16-4. Renegades have done it. They qualify.
Indeed they do. They get a slot in the grand finals, and you know what that means. It means they're definitely going to the major qualifier. The seeding will start to be determined once the grand finals pops off, but they are the ones who get the ultimate prize. The main reason why you're here, it's that chance to move on, that chance to have a shot at the major. And to be fair, Renegades, they've been to several major qualifiers, you know, over the last, you know, year and a half, and they've yet to qualify for the major in quite some time. You know, I feel like the last 3 or so times they tried to qualify, they always kind of got stopped towards the end. So this is their chance for redemption to try it one more time to see if they can get Australia in a major, you know, sometime soon.
And they were one of the teams coming into this that many people would have touted as being one of the favorites to actually get a qualification spot. But it's been a strange roller coaster of emotions, you know, where in the first couple of days they looked really lackadaisical. It looked like they were struggling quite a bit. They kind of came from behind. At one stage, they're actually playing for potential elimination. Yep. If you remember, they were down there in the dumps, but then they've bounced back. And now Immunity knocked down to lower brackets. They're going to have to fight for their tournament life tomorrow.
Indeed, and we'll get a little bit more detailed analysis from the panelists, so why don't you go ahead and let us know what just went down there.
Dominating performance from Renegades sees them take the first place, or at least a place, in the offline final qualifier, and they've done it yet again. Let's have an interview quickly before we get words from our panel.
我现在感觉非常高兴，然后我们之前也是再一次打到了 Major 的预选赛，然后我觉得这个周末的话，我们也是打出了我们最高的水平，然后我们上一张地图我觉得是我们这周打的最好的一次。
好的，那么我们知道这个 Renegades 是长期在北美进行训练的，我想问一下，在北美的训练是否有帮助到他们在这次 Minor 比赛中获得这样的好成绩？
We know you're training in North America. Do you think that helps you guys winning this one?
Yeah, to an extent. I think that we have better opponents to play against, but I think the playstyle here is a lot different. So we have to adjust, and it's hard to adjust mid-game for us, I think, right now. And I think we're getting better at it, but I think it definitely does help us, of course.
我觉得某种意义上来说确实是这样的，但是也有一点就是北美和这里的风格确实是非常不一样，所以我们也是花了一些时间来调整。但是总的来说，我觉得在美洲训练确实有很大的帮助。
好的，最后一个问题，虽然明天还有一场决赛要打，但是他们现在已经有资格来展望一下 Major 的预选赛了。想问他个人对Major 预选赛出现，然后打进最后的最高级别的赛事有多大的这样的一个野心？
So you guys still have final to play tomorrow, but you already get a guaranteed spot for major qualifiers. Have you guys ever set a goal for major? Like, what if you just pass the qualifier? Like, what's your goal, final goal?
Our goal is obviously to win this comp. I think the last 2 or 3 times we've come second at the Asia Minor, and I think that it's just our fault mostly. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves. So, I mean, we want to do our research, calm down after today, and hopefully go in tomorrow, start a new day, just like we did today.
我觉得我们还是专注现在，然后之前我们也是有好几次都是与这个预选赛失之交臂。我觉得我们还是冷静一下，然后明天先拿下明天的比赛再说。
好的，非常感谢接受我们的采访。那这段就到这里，接下来把时间交回给我们的评论席。
There we go then, words from Renegades saying that they have put far too much pressure on themselves when they get to Asia Minor finals. 3 in a row, of course. They're looking to try and overturn that. And you have to say, after day 1, it didn't look like they were even going to get through the qualifiers here. But they have made it, and they've made it at the first attempt. Let's find out what our experts made of that one. Blair, it's a thumping victory on the final game. They've really put that one to bed, haven't they? And what a turnaround from the first day in the group stage.
Absolutely. Renegades, I mean, no one... They were kind of like favorites to reach the finals, but everyone always felt like Flash and Tyloo. They're the 2 teams going to go through this time around. But Renegades have finally turned up when it mattered the most. They drew through the major qualifiers. Immunity, the nuke comeback, the nuke win was really surprising, but Mirage was just Renegades all over the place.
Except for the first, what, 6 rounds?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I wasn't sure what I was watching. Sort of SpongeBob SquarePants Counter-Strike in that first 5 or 6 rounds. Because seriously, what the... what was going on in there. I was like, I don't even know what this is anymore. It's so crazy.
We were having Caesars in the green room,
Yes.
left and right, trying to comprehend what was going on.
Yeah.
It was just simply mistakes. It was simply overextending from both teams, really, in those situations where the CT side would go and peak a little bit too much and get 1D. It's just stupid things, really, until Renegades managed to stabilize and they got the swagger going once again, and they really just stopped immunity, everything they tried.
I mean, is it quality? Is it class? Is it experience? What is it that's helped them come through this?
Firstly, I just felt it was very. I mean, it's a domestic match at the end of the day, even though Renegades are like 40% not Australians, but still, like, end of the day, you do see these ugly games. Sometimes we saw it last time with Tyloo and Cyberzen as well last year, so in the last minor rather. And I think in the end, it just came down to confidence, and Renegades just kind of been on upward trajectory this entire tournament. Like, it started very rough, then they, against a Signature, they lost, they dropped the map, and then they just like, there's just been upward trajectory the entire day.
I mean, they've been much better, haven't they, today in particular? I mean, you heard JKS earlier, he said, we came in this morning, totally clear head, we cleared our minds, we started fresh, we studied, and we've done better. And that's shown, I think, in the matches they've played.
Absolutely, and I think this is the third time in a row that Renegades have reached the grand finals.
Fourth.
I'm talking about in the double elimination format, like the one PGL have done so far.
Yeah.
The fourth time for sure.
Yeah.
But they've all reached the finals, and now it's going to be the ultimate test for me, because they've had this curse of always losing the grand finals out of the Mongol to the Tyloo. So
I think in the previous occasions they've lost in this phase and then gone through the consolidation finals into the grand finals, actually. So I think this is the first time they've actually gone through the winner bracket into the finals.
No, it was Tyloo actually fought up from the lower bracket last
Okay,
year.
you could be right. I'm not. That was what I had in my head. But anyway, I mean.
Yeah, but still, the grand finals. I mean, they guarantee they get through the majors. Whether they get the major qualifiers, whether they go through the majors, another story altogether. But I think the mission accomplished. Congratulations to them. I think they played really well, especially Mirage after that initial. I have no idea what that was. The first few rounds.
Immunity, though, can look back on this with some degree of
mixed feelings.
Yeah, mixed feelings. I was gonna. Yeah, you're right. It is mixed feelings, isn't it? Because they won so well on Nuke, they can take real gratitude from that and maybe take that into the lower bracket final tomorrow. They're going to face one of the two Chinese teams tomorrow, and they know they've already beaten one of them.
Yeah, indeed they have. And even Mirage, if you think of it, the early parts of it and how back and forth it was a matter of one more round going in their favor, and they could have maybe had 6, 7, 8 rounds in that T half, and we could have been watching a total different ball game altogether.
I think one crucial round was the round where Nifty was at 8 HP. And he had the
clutch
op,
to 101,
he had to go on, I forgot who it was, but going on top of Ticket Booth, when that's probably the most exposed that you are against an op. Smaller decisions that took place was very questionable from Unity. And
that was in the
well.
first eight SpongeBob rounds, though. So we kind of let that one go.
Yeah, but you saw a lot of those rounds, like initially SpongeBob rounds. Yeah. I'm going to stick with that one. SpongeBob rounds.
Let's wrap things up and show you where we stand right now in terms of the bracket for the playoffs. As you can see, earlier on today, we saw Flash Gaming going down 2-0 to Immunity. A little bit of a surprise in that one. Renegades also coming up trumps against Tyloo in a 3-game series. And Renegades then become the first team guaranteed a qualifying spot. We don't know which position they'll finish in just yet, because we will play the grand final tomorrow. There is the small matter of $45,000 on the line for the grand final, of course. Split 30-15 for the winners and second place. There's also a prize for third, and Immunity are in the hunt for that one because they are guaranteed a third spot. It depends who they play tomorrow, as Tyloo will take on Flash. That'll be our opening game, of course, on the final day. So there we go. We're all wrapped up. Thank you very much to all of our members on the panel and all of the commentary team here and everyone behind the scenes for bringing you the action today. I hope you've enjoyed the PGL Asia Minor Championship day number 3. Tomorrow sees 3 more matches, 4 teams still in with a shout. Who finishes top of the pile? We'll find out then.